delayed start. Welcome to the next part of my 8th recorded run of T-sHz Sucks at Binding of Isaac Rebirth. Bit of controversy and, well, not really, but, you know, just some questionable talks from myself about, you know, being a customer service assistant and how, you know, the customer is usually right, but not always. You get the occasional person who doesn't want to be quite as cooperative and understanding, someone who doesn't quite get empathy, but fortunately that's a small percentage, and I will now sweep it under the rug. Let's just move on to sort of summarize the topic I talked about earlier about Josie Cunningham, who is a British mid-20s woman who is considered the most shameless woman in Britain because she got rid of her child for a nose job. She also attempted to get rid of her third child so that she could get on to Celebrity Big Brother because she thought it'd be a hindrance to get such a position. But in the end she kept the child, which was probably the best move due to criticism from the public and journalists and such. And there's, nothing against her personally since I don't know Josie Cunningham the person, but all I will say is this. I just scratch my head going, why, you know? That's just kind of low. In my eyes, though. I'm sure it's acceptable to, you know, some people, and I'm sure people go, well, we live in a democracy, she could do what she wants. Okay. I'm just saying, I don't want to make too much of a judgment, you know? I'll just say, I don't get it. Because I've had a different life to her and, you know, my morals and my attitude is a bit different to hers, I'd say. Don't expect politics to pop up in these videos anytime soon. So yeah, sweeping all those topics under the rug, really. Because I've covered them. So here we have Gerdster, or as I like to call him Gertie, because that's his actual name. Blimmin' dogs, shut the... You know what I hate? Dogs that bark as if they're digital watches. It's driving me up the flipping wall. You know? I mean, shut your trap, you stupid dog. Not funny still? Well, I didn't try, to be honest. Maybe I'll try harder next time. Maybe I'll get a chuckle, which I won't, because I'm not a big fan of Paul or Barry, really. They're equally funny to me. Okay, that's a lie. I prefer Barry over Paul. I mean, it's been ages since I watched Chucklevision. YouTube poop material right there. To me. To you. If you don't know what I'm talking about, very British stuff. They're basically two aging men who had a children's show, and you know, there are lots of obvious jokes of, are they pedophiles? Which they're not, don't worry. It's just, you know, because, you know, they're aging men, they entertain kids, and they have moustaches. But they're not pedophiles. Pedophilia is wrong. That's a fact I think most of us can agree on anyway. I don't really see how you can agree with pedophilia. Which moves me on to the topic of those, you know, beauty pageants for little girls. It's one of those things that I watch on that, you know, I see a trailer for on TV and it just makes me feel a bit sick. I don't know why. It's just... There's one show that had a trailer called Toddlers and Tiaras. It's like a trailer, you know, those little ads they play before they show an actual good program. Yeah, it's basically sort of this documentary style show where it shows you like the mothers and how they pressurize you little girls to, you know, dress up in all these stupid dresses and add as much makeup as they possibly can so they can't breathe. You know, that sort of thing. But before I expand on, you know, those stupid beauty pageant things that shouldn't exist because it's just almost sickening, we have a special room that I don't think we've encountered yet. The 5-die room. This is probably my favourite die room because it just reshuffles everything as if nothing happened. And it's a really great way to strengthen up your character. So, in fact, you'll be surprised at what happens in this video, really. Sometimes, if you go in a 5-die room, and you go into the new room, you'll find another 5-die room. And what happens in the other 5-die room is you can reroll once again. So you keep all the items you picked up from the first 5-die room and the second 5-die room, and you could keep going refreshing, you keep refreshing the level until there's no more 5-die room. Now this is special because it happens twice. As you saw, I went through the first into the first 5-die room, touched the 5-die head, the 5-die head. Then it refreshed to this floor, and as you'll see in a few seconds, you'll notice yet again another 5-die room. I touch the 5-die head again, and it refreshes once more. Really cool, very rare, but pretty cool nonetheless. See, I revealed it thanks to my I think it's called See the Future. I wasn't really paying attention when I picked it up earlier. The item that basically gives you a soul heart and shows you the entire map basically. It takes a while to charge though, very handy, but just takes too long to charge. So I get the virus, not very helpful since I have 20/20, meaning double the power, so, and not bad range in spectral tears, so yeah, very specific item really. I don't get touched that often. Take that in whatever context you want. And now back into the 5-die room and touching the 5-die head to refresh the floor once again. Fun times. And also strengthen myself up, which is going to make this run a lot easier. And probably was the main factor which guaranteed me victory in this run. Which you'll find out in the next part or two. I won't tell you. Except for, let me just check Sony Vegas. Yeah, I'm talking over this as I'm, you know, watching the footage, you know, Sony Vegas. Yep, there's a one more part after this. Spoilers. So you don't really have to watch this part. Well, the rest of this part anyway, because you now know that watching this, the rest of it, won't really have much of an impact on the next part. I don't know, maybe there's a boss a little bit later on? I'll never tell because I haven't watched this video in a while. Warp straight to Krampus, Evil Santa Claus, as he's known in my book. The book being the brain. So yeah, kind of sidetracked really from the topic I was talking about earlier about those beauty pageants, you know, for 6 or 7 year olds. I've never watched them, don't intend to, because like I said, it just makes me feel a bit sick. It's just weird. I mean, you can a lot of the time you could tell this was the idea of the mother. It's the mother driving the kids forward to doing it for, you know, profit gains, you know? I mean, it's a bit of, it's objectifying really. It's objectification of vulnerable young girls, and I just think, to me anyway, it's just not right. It's just weird, plain odd. They're not really popular in Britain. I think they're pretty darn popular in America. Oh, pirate. 99 bombs, but the key ain't one. Jay-Z references. I can't remember the last time Jay-Z was good. Anywho, yeah, there's a show called Toddlers and Tiaras. I've only seen the ad for it, you know, before watching something good. Deja vu much. That could be sort of the, yeah, that could be sort of the theme for this episode, deja vu, because not only have I refreshed this room several times, but I'm also repeating myself. 2 + 2 = 4. Don't know why I said that. Like I said, it's just objectifying sort of young vulnerable girls, and that's just, to me, is so that, you know, so the mothers can, you know, be proud that, you know, they have a winner, and of course the money. It's usually about the money, winning that prize money. That's why they probably, you know, get punished for not winning or even coming second place. They're still, you know, the mother's gonna go, you're not getting this treat, or I don't know. I've never hanged around with anybody who has had like a young girl attend these sort of pointless competitions. I mean, if you want your kid to do, you know, participate in competitions, how about, you know, like sports days, or, well, I don't think they do sports days in Britain anymore. I mean, it's been a while since I've heard about a school holding a sports day. I'm sure, I don't really know much, but I think it's still around in America. You can correct me on that, American viewers. But all I'll say is this: it's not the kind of competition I think girls between, you know, 5 and 9 should be participating in. For the most part, from what I've seen, it's the controlling parent, mother or father, who pressures the young kid to do this and that so they can win prize money. It's always like that. And, you know, the kids, she might know what's going on, or she might just be fine with it, but, you know, there's some young kids are just so impressionable, you know? They're so easy. Some of them are so vulnerable and easy to influence, you know? Oh, that's what it's called. Crystal ball. That's what it's called. Yeah. Beauty pageants. Little girls PewDiePie? Oh no. A second reference to PewDiePie.